Did you hear about the Supreme Court ruling today? The Supreme Court throws out race claims.
I've spoken about this already. Everything, this included politics, especially, revolves around real estate. I've discussed this already. Um, See, America is not this so-called melting pot everybody claims that it is, and it shouldn't be, but that's a different conversation. Uh, Whenever you're dealing with neighborhoods, all neighborhoods are predominantly something. If you don't believe me, we can have people like start to post their childhood or their child's class photo today, and you'll see that it's predominantly something. It's not really that mixed. Um, and that's how you end up with gerrymandering districts. It's not that hard to understand. And all of this revolves around real estate. It's I've gone over this so many times. It's not even funny. It's really annoying at this point that people don't understand this. Segregation never went away. It just turned into you can't afford to live here. And once you could afford to live here, other people move out and they find someplace else to go, which is how you get modern day segregation. And a lot of times it's through gentrification, which all leads to gerrymandering. Not that hard to understand. This is one of the reasons, and I've discussed this, why real estate goes up in price for absolutely no reason. And I've discussed why real estate goes up in price for no reason. That's a different, well, it's part of the same conversation, but it's a different conversation from this one. Real estate goes up for no reason so that when certain neighborhoods start to change color a little bit, um, people can move out. So that's all this is about, ladies and gentlemen. And you can deny it all you want, but it's out there. It happens. It's still happening. I mean, me personally, the neighborhood that I grew up in, um, when you look at the history of it, it was all white people, and then black people started moving in, and all black people. Now it's being gentrified again. Um, Areas that were nothing but abandoned bush area and overgrown trees and stuff like that are now nice homes. The area is being gentrified. Um, it's a little bit harder today to gentrify a neighborhood because more people make more money, but it's still going on. Because a couple of years back, certain groups of people that you would have never seen in my neighborhood, you now see a lot of them in my neighborhood, my old neighborhood anyway. And what ends up happening is that you price the people who have been there their whole lives pretty much. You price them out, and they find somewhere else to go. And that's how this works. That's what leads to this gerrymandering shit. And the reason I say that gerrymandering is becoming a lot harder, thank goodness, is because of the fights going on in courts over the districts being drawn up. Because a lot of districts, when you draw them up, it looks like a kid who hasn't learned to write yet and is just scribbling on a page. And then you see some other districts and they're almost like a perfect square. So this stuff is done on purpose. We know it. And it all revolves around real estate. Everything, every aspect of everything revolves around real estate. Like I said, I've discussed this already. It's really annoying at this point, and people just won't listen.